my side. That I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong. And I learned how to get along. And so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. Should have changed that stupid lock. Should have made you leave your key. If I had known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Gonna go, walk out the door. Just turn around now.
Let's get that up. Get that up there. Let's get that up there. It's Disco Dad and Monday. Oh goodness. Is that looking alright, yeah? Is that looking alright at the back and on the side? And you got the disco floor and the records. Yeah, there's some records here. There's the records. Sister Sledge, We Are Family. Make sure you play that tonight. Yeah, about midnight for that. Okay. We're going live any minute. We're going live any minute. Stand by, everybody, please. We're going live in a minute. We are live. Oh, hang on. We'll turn that down. Turn that down a bit. Oh, sorry about that. We are live, apparently. We are live for a preview of day 2 of the Art of Community 20 Festival. If you were here yesterday, you would have had an amazing day with some amazing people. All the people you see here, are mad. We are mad. We are MAD. We are making a difference, and we need you today. At our Art of Community 20 Festival, it's about the people, it's by the people, and it's for the people. Those people are you. People like these people here working all across the country as part of Eden Communities to make the world a better place. People in valleys in Wales, people in community centres in Scotland, building projects in Morecambe, in Northern Ireland, in Cornwall, in Essex, in Lancashire, in Yorkshire. And today is a celebration. Today is a massive celebration, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. This is about us. It's about community. It's about launching a creativity revolution. And I'm going to tell you what's coming up today, because you are not going to believe it. We have got the most incredible headliner act. If you saw that the Boomtown Rats are back, if you thought Punk 2.0 might be back, if you feel responsible as a punk from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, if you feel a responsibility to pass the baton to the next generation, to make the world a better place, to give them the sense of urgency, to give them access to their creativity, their art, and what makes them human, stay tuned, because that is what we're talking about today. Because today, this festival is a celebration of art and creativity, what creativity, tools and people might be able to do. This is not a revolution, this is not burning down the towers, this is people coming together, because that's what this is all about. Today, yesterday, tomorrow are inspired by 3 very, very, very special people. Yesterday was inspired by a little girl from Leeds, Kirpa, who's blind in a wheelchair. You had to see her performance. I'm going to show you that later on. It will blow you away. Today is for the mums and the disco dads. Today's for the parents. It's inspired by a mum called Leanne off the Seacroft Estate in Leeds. Tomorrow is Grandad Pete's Day. Tomorrow is a bit more chilled out because we're going to be up all night dancing. Tomorrow's relaxed. We've got a big lunch outside our houses to connect with our communities. We've got drumming sessions, but more about that in a minute, because I want to tell you about this mum. I want to tell you about Leanne. Leanne Burkett is a mum off the estate, the Seacroft Estate in Leeds, which is a pretty challenged part of town, pretty challenged part of the country. It's served by an incredible man and an incredible school, and that's Chris Dyson, the school community leader there on Parklands Primary. He has given away tons and tons and tons of free food to his community. I don't know if Leanne had any, she's working, she's lucky to have a job, but that community is tight. Look what happened. Look what happened the day that Leanne and her family connected and collaborated with us. Leanne Burkett's story is an amazing one. Her boys at the first few days of lock-in, they said, "Mum, we want a crane, we want to build a crane." So do you know what Leanne did? She didn't go online, she didn't go and buy one from that Amazon workshop place, whatever it is on the interweb. No, she built them a crane. She built them a crane with scraps of wood and an electric drill. But then those boys wanted a hook to go up and down. Do you know what? She used the electric drill to wind the string up and down. That mum made a crane for her 2 boys. Unbelievable. This is what happened the week later, because we got her on the launch of our Rocket Kids Club show. Unbelievable what happened that day. So unbelievable we didn't play the video. Let's play it now. So unbelievable, we haven't got any audio. Why haven't we got any audio on that? That's a tricky one, isn't it? We did change some audio settings last night for the disco, and maybe we haven't changed them back again. Oh, it's because the audio's muted. That's always a good look, isn't it? Let's try that again. Are we ready? Try this again.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition
8,
sequence
7,
start.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Can you see that?
Oh, wow.
Can you see it? And that is what we're talking about, inspiring families, because we launched that rocket here in London with a mum from Westminster and her 2 daughters, and here we are in Leeds. Leanne's boys are going to go outside and see what's going on. What is going on? So where's that rocket? What? It's landed in our backyard. Look, mum. Look, mum. That is the sort of mum you want. We sent Leanne one of our Art Time boxes. Before we'd finished the show, she had made a rocket for those 2 boys with the kit that we sent in here. She made them a rocket and landed it in the film and sent us that footage the next day. We faked it, of course we faked it, because I must stress, this is all pretend. Everything we're doing today is pretend. Do not come to Cornwall. We are pretending. All I've done is give you a book. All I've done is give you a box. You have to have the courage to know what's inside it. Today, Elon Musk will launch a rocket into space. A private rocket, one of the first rockets to be launched into space for about 10 years for the American government. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. 20 past 8, we're going to watch that live because we want our kids not just to aim high, but higher than high, just like Elon Musk. And he is one of the most inspiring people in the world and one of the people we love telling our kids about. Let's get back to the disco. Thank you for that, Homer Hickam. So. Where are we going now? Where are we going now? We are making this up as we go along, if it's not obvious. So today we have got inspiring talks, we've got uplifting performances, we've got creative activities, and we have got community engagement, but only if you get involved, only if you tune in, only if you share and create and get inspired and tell everybody about it. We're only as good as you. I'm a crazy dad in a back bedroom in London. I need you, wherever you are, to be part of this. We've got 10 themes running through this. Community activism, trying to encourage people to be part of their community, and we're kicking that off big time tomorrow. We've got art activism. We've got Anne-Louise Quinton from Leeds doing an art activism workshop today. Going to be fantastic. We've got environmental awareness work. We've got some slow food stuff tomorrow. We've got a cookery class with a drag queen and a master chef. We've got collaborative music. We're looking at how we can make music and sing collaboratively. Tom Moore is doing a drum workshop tomorrow. We've got education stuff. Today we've got the RSA and Rachel Snape talking about education, how it might evolve, how it might change, to deliver empathy, to deliver love, to deliver respect, to deliver creativity, to deliver everything our kids need and we need, because they're our pension. Don't you forget that, our kids are our pension. Song of the day, if you can't guess, is I Will Survive. I'm back from outer space, but we're going back to outer space today, and we've got a beer festival because we are working in collaboration with creative carers, hashtag creative carers, people who care about our kids, people who care about our creativity, people who care about all our futures. The RSA is one of those collaborative partners, and another one is Brew Ed. Darren and Ed Finch of Brew Ed. We're doing beer tastings through the weekend, and we're going to be getting Ed on his ukulele tonight for Pandemic Challenge. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. I want to tell you what's coming up today specifically. We want your mad story. I'm a dad, I do what I can. I was delighted to put that little lad from Seacroft on the front of a book I wrote about rocket stories and people like Elon Musk. I do my bit, I do 1 or 2 bits. We need you. We need to do this at scale, guys. Come on. We've got Simon Bartholomew, who is bass player in the brand new Heavies, and he's going to do a bass guitar masterclass this afternoon about 3 o'clock. We've got Rodney Brannigan. He's a guitar player from Frome in Somerset, and he's one of the names that plays at Glastonbury every year. But do you know what? Every year he gets rubbish musical instruments that are broken, he mends them, and he gives them away to kids at the Glastonbury Festival, because no child under 13 pays to go to the Glastonbury Festival. It's the world's biggest free art festival for kids. and Rodney gives music instruments, and his guitar playing you are not going to believe. This is world class we've got lined up for you today. We've got Emily Capel, who has been called Billy Bragg's adopted sister. Not sister, daughter, sorry. Billy Bragg's adopted daughter. I Keep Faith. It's no good complaining when you make the rain, you've got to take the blame, and that's Keep Faith. Check that song out on Spotify. It's a blinder. We're going to be playing that tonight. We've checked out with Billy Bragg, but he can't join us. And at the Fire Pit session, we have got the master of Fire Pit sessions, Chris Sullivan. Chris Sullivan ran London's first big, cool, trendy nightclub. The WAG ran it for 20, 30 years. He's an author, he's a writer, he's a painter, he's a commentator, he's a broadcaster. Last night he had Portobello Radio on, the radio station he co-founded in Notting Hill. Unbelievable conversation we had with him there. Let's keep this tune going. Why is that? What is it? There we go. Let's keep the tunes going. These songs aren't long enough, are they? Tonight, you will not believe who Chris Sullivan is going to be chatting to in the Fire Pit chat. He's going to be talking to the one and only Glenn Matlock from the Sex Pistols. Believe this, believe that. Glenn Matlock, the legendary guitarist from the Sex Pistols, is going to be joining us and playing a small set. He's going to chat with Chris in the Fire Pit sesh and then is going to play some stuff for us. Going to be off the scale. Glenn Matlock from Sex Pistols there with Chris Sullivan. So beat that. If you want to know all about that, download our flyer. We've got this flyer here. Send it home. If you can log in, if you can break into your school, go on the school computer, email it to everybody in your community. Find it on Facebook, share it with your friends. We haven't got it on Facebook yet. Give us half an hour. Got to have a shower and have my breakfast yet. That's the programme. Tonight, oh my goodness, what would we want? A heavy metal guitar session? I don't think so. We've got a bit of guitar later on. Tonight we have the unbelievable. We have the unbelievable Jason Sputnik, believe it or not, and his disco session, his unbelievable disco session. And if you film yourself on a green screen, we can mix you in the set. We can mix you in. I'm going to have that again. So if you've got a green screen, video yourself on your green screen like this, like that, and we can put you in the mix. We can put you in the mix. It's going to be brilliant. Going to be brilliant. So that's tonight. Enough of that, I think. Lost in Disco. That's the Lost. Let's get some disco back up. The Lost in Disco show. We've got mirror balls, we've got smoke machines, we've got green screens. All we need is you and your dancing feet. So come on for some of that. Now tomorrow, oh my goodness, if we survive, tomorrow is Grandad Pete's Day. Tomorrow is a day inspired by our senior citizens, inspired by our elders, inspired by our inspiration, inspired by our forefathers, the people whose shoulders we stand on. The people who are inspiring our futures. We are going to go and have an amazing day for them with Grandad Pete tomorrow. And inspired by this amazing man, Tom Morley, we are going to do some amazing stuff. We are going to do at 12 o'clock, we've got Basil Brush. I forgot to put that video in. Basil Brush at 10 o'clock. We have then got, oh gosh, I should have put this video in as well. We have got a co-chain reaction. You know those things where you get the dominoes and they get knocked over and they fall over, then a string falls to something else and a ball falls? We want you to build one of those. We have commissioned two amazing makers to build a chain reaction on a lunch table. And you pull a string at one end, it does all its fancy stuff and things fall and push, and it pulls the string at the other end and that starts another one. Do you get it? So we want you to make one while you're having your lunch tomorrow and film it, and we'll string them all together and we'll have a whole country of crazy contraptions and gadgets. Ed Finch, we need one of these off you, and you Darren up there in Cheshire, and you David Waring as well, and you Rachel Snake please, and you Caroline Ash. Carol Allen, I want to see yours. Yours is going to be off the scale. Come on guys, let's get busy, let's make stuff, let's really inspire our kids. That's the co-chain reaction. Then we're going outside, we're going to have our lunch in the street called the Little Big Lunch. Next weekend is the virtual Big Lunch reading project, where they want the whole country to have their lunch in front of their computer. We don't want them to do that. We want you having your lunch in exactly the same spot that you stood on Thursday and clapped for all our carers, our NHS, our fire, our police, and also our school leaders, our teachers, our teaching assistants, our caretakers, everybody involved in looking after our kids and our health and our country. So tomorrow, 1 till 3, the Little Big Lunch, eating in the street, just like these people are here. At 3 o'clock, Tom Morley is going to smash it with 1,000 people playing the drums in his Zoom workshop. Tom Morley of Scritchability. This is off the scale. And then we've got a whole programme tomorrow night. Can you believe this? I don't know. Please join us. Please download the flyer. Hashtag Art of Community 20, funded and supported by generous people, LGFL John Jackson, his team at LGFL. Arts Council, using funding from the National Lottery, public funding, your money, not tax money, your money. People who pay the lottery have paid for this, and we want to say thanks to you. We want to say thanks to you. This is a free festival. If anybody's got any money or has never played the lottery, we've got tickets. We'd love it if you could make a donation, because this doesn't happen for nothing. But thank you so much. We can't thank you enough for what we're doing here. Yesterday, we gave this little girl a very, very special moment. This is Kirpa Suwali, who came on stage last night to headline our festival, and I'd like to leave you with the moment of what art, what creativity can mean to a little girl. This is a little girl who lives to sing with Ed Sheeran. A little girl who lives to sing with Ed Sheeran, and we want to make that happen for her. Sunday night, we would love it if Ed Sheeran could Skype in and just give her a little message, play his guitar for her. So that's our job this weekend, to get this video in front of Ed Sheeran. So if anybody knows Ed Sheeran or Stuart Camp, his manager, or anybody at Rocket Entertainment, we need your help. We need to get this little girl here in front of Ed Sheeran just to say hello, because this is her singing on Thursdays for carers. This is that lovely little girl singing for carers, and we want her to sing with her heroes. She lives to sing at festivals. This is her first festival gig, and we want to give her the chance to sing with Ed Sheeran one day. But we'd love just to get Ed Sheeran to Skype in, because we know he's not on tour. We know he's not in some luxury resort, maybe somewhere, maybe he is, I don't know. We believe he's in Ipswich, in Suffolk, and we believe that he's possibly got 5 minutes Sunday, and it would make somebody's little day, not just that little girl, but everybody watching. Because I challenge anybody to watch this little girl performing and not be broken-hearted, but not to realise, not just for the sake of it, we want you to realise what art can do for young people, and how it can help, how it can give them hope. Give them something to live for and inspire us all in a community. Will you help make this little girl's day and every child like her, inspired by Grandad Wheels, who told us that we had to celebrate creativity among people who are less fortunate than us, people who've got some challenges. Poor Kirpa is blind. She's in a wheelchair. She was too poorly to watch the film go out last night live, but we know she's watching it now. And we want you to support her. We want you to support everybody's art. This is about art for all. It's times like these when we need to live again. Finally, a message from our major sponsor. He didn't ask us to actually do this. They gave us some money. Maybe they hoped we would. Maybe they hoped we'd just be quiet. Maybe they hoped we'd just run a puppet workshop. Maybe they hoped we'd just do some messy play. Maybe they hoped we'd just do some storytelling. Yes, we're going to do all that. But we are making a point, because Steamco is about art for all. It's about inspiring. It's about campaigning. It's about actioning, creativity, and saying art for all. I'll leave you now with the messages of the Chief Executive of the Arts Council, Darren Henley.
Let's ask, what if? Let's start a creativity revolution.
Hands in the air, everybody. Come on, hands in the air. Come on, hands in the air. This is Sunderland. A week after Darren Henley went up there, and we had 1,500 I Love Art logos created. Come on.
Because I think you get to express your creativity. I love art because I get to be creative. I love art because it's creative. I love art because it's creative and you can just use your imagination. I love art!
One day, one of those children from Sunderland will have an idea that will change the world.
Goodness me, goodness me, goodness me. Join us. Please be part of this. Please be part of this. Bring your dancing shoes to the world's biggest disco, the Eden Project, tonight. We are going to have one hell of a time. I want to remind you, this is all pretend. Do not travel to Cornwall. Stay at home. Stay in the house. Stay out the house. Tomorrow we've got the street, the little big lunch, and we've also got DJ Count Skylarking playing DJ Derek's mini disc collection of dub, ska, reggae. So we've got music, we've got activities. We are going to have a day outside, a virtual festival with a day outside. Unbelievable. I'm going to leave you with this message, a message from our friends in Yorkshire, a message from our friends in Yorkshire at Academy St James, a connection we made through Chris Dyson because they saw us on Chris Dyson's retweets, because he retweets, he shares, because sharing is caring. And that's how this school came across us, and that's how we did this with some lottery funding last year. Not that one. Look.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are